did it. They did it. They passed the game. They passed the game. I'm sorry for my outbursts. We have past notes to overview. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're here with the Rebirth of Souls patch notes. There's a lot to go through here. There's not really a lot for me to like show visually because most of it is not really like super changes. It's just like, it's basically like bug fixes and stuff like that. But I'll try to get through this in a timely manner. Let's just watch. Let's just look. General changes and adjustments. They reduce the amount of fighting spirit gained when a Kompaku is destroyed. Translation: the number at the top, right? When you lose a number, you gain amount of awakening meter. They lowered that, so people who used reawakening a lot, like Bankai Ichigo, Aizen, or anyone with a reawakening, it takes longer for you to get reawakening, so you don't get it as often. Slight nerf to those characters. Whoever has reawakenings, just a slight nerf to them. Fixed an issue where the damage done of chain reverse varied depending on the awakening stage. That change helped a lot of characters. That is a great change for characters who really couldn't do anything in awakening. Like Kira, for example, he couldn't do heavy into yellow reverse heavy into whatever, right? It would just drop. A lot of things that you could do in base now works in awakening again. For example, if you play Yoruichi, there's a little side note, you can yellow reverse your counter on hit. That does a lot of damage. In online matches, adjusted unintended unblocked frames during wake up, correcting an issue where combos would be infinitely extended. Thank the Lord, loops are now gone, the infinites are now gone. Good game good. Now moving forward to character adjustments, let's go at Bankai Ichigo first. I think I should just zoom in. Bankai Ichigo got a few changes. Bankai Ichigo, he got like fixes for his Hakugeki, which is the red move. It would go way farther than it's supposed to. His flash attack follow-up also got corrected in Awakening. But the actual nerf of Bankai Ichigo is that his reawakening has less health. You are now truly, once again, a glass cannon. Final Getsuga Tensho, he did get nerfed, but not in the way that you think. He did not get nerfed damage-wise. He actually got nerfed probably in the most unique way you could probably nerf a character like this. If you don't know, he kills in like 3 Kikon moves. Get hit with 3 of those, you're done. It's hard to balance something like that. Instead of nerfing him, they just gave the opponent more to work with. So they increased the amount of spirit energy given to the opponent on hit, which I'm pretty sure that's meter. And then they increased the fighting spirit required to transition into Kikon channel and spirit drive. So when you hit someone with a Kikon move, when they're like in 30% health with Getsuga Tensho, Final Getsuga Tensho, he basically just fills the entire bar. So if you have Awakening, if you're like already in Awakening, right, and you get hit with a Kikon move, you're just instantly in sublimation. Like that's it. You're just in sublimation. It's like a late game thing. But you can get it like really early playing against Final Getsuga Tensho. So they nerfed it. They nerfed him by making everyone as strong as him before he gets that strong. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know. But yeah, you're basically gonna be on the same level when fighting Getsuga Tensho. So he shouldn't be a problem anymore. We'll see if it's enough, but right now, that's a really good nerf. And some people are even saying he's like mid-tier now because of it. So don't know how true that is, but we'll see. For Yoruichi, they didn't really change much. They just changed the throw, which like, I guess we don't really know how good Yoruichi is or bad she is because of all the glitches and stuff. So we were just kind of abusing that. Let Yoruichi shine now. All right, let's see how she goes without all the bugs and glitches, and we'll buff or nerf accordingly. Speaking of nerfs, Renji. I don't know if you saw the Q tournament for Renji, but there was a lot of Renji people, including me, but his awakening got nerfed. The awakening no longer gives you full health upon awakening, but it just does the usual percentage. So you'll gain a little bit of health, but not full health. I don't know, that either makes or breaks giant characters in the game. I'm not gonna lie. This also happened for Kamomura. We're not down there yet, but it also happened to him. I don't know. Will it make giant characters terrible? Don't know. You probably just have to play differently now. Rukia can now cancel her signature move into Flash Step, which is cool. And they also increased the damage in Awakening, so it does a lot more damage. They gave her that change because they took away her fireball loops. And I know Rukia mains are crying in the streets because that was probably the coolest part about the character, that you can fireball loop. I think this is just like we'll come back to this because it wasn't a bug. It was just frame advantage. It was too much frame advantage on hit, so you can loop it. They might revisit it and just add like pushback to it on hit, to where they'll put it back, but you can only loop like 2 times. Who knows if she becomes too weak because of it? Because I think that was like a major part of her like game plan. If they want to make it like, I'm gonna use their brain for this, they can put it back, but only for Awakened. They could put it back. I don't know what they want to do to it, but I don't know, Rukia mains are crying right now. Kira, they didn't really do much to Kira. They just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I should have skipped Kira. All of this doesn't matter. They don't matter. Ikaku, his follow-ups work normally now against specific characters, and they decreased the damage of the parry and fixed a few other things. Nothing too important with Ikaku. Ikaku was abusing like the unblockable loops pre-patch, so him as a character, he's playable now. If you want to play him and not feel everyone breathing down your neck because you're doing infinites, he's really good, and nobody's really playing him right now. Yamamoto, he lost his the infinite dash up. He lost that, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but you know, he doesn't have it anymore. And they also adjusted the frame advantage on hit and block. I don't know what they changed it to. I wish it's probably one of my hopes for this game is that they put in a frame, not a frame meter, but like just put frame advantage in the game, like put it in training mode so we can actually see. For Aizen, he got nerfs and he got buffs. So his flash attack damage increases when his Hogakyu fusion level increases. The Hogakyu fusion level, I think that's his like purple meter, the one that replaces like the spiritual pressure meter. I think that's what it's referring to. And he gets into his awakened state a lot faster. Aizen seems very good right now. Byakuya got a few nerfs, but it's not something crazy. They fixed a few issues, but you cannot follow up from a quick attack or a flash attack. So you can't do infinites anymore with Byakuya, but he does have good combos. He still has combos, he's still a threat. Tamamura, just like I said before, they changed it to where you don't get full health on awakening anymore. Tosin literally only got buffs. His spiritual pressure 2 works correctly. It's like a dash with counter properties, so it works properly now. And they made it possible to immediately transition to other actions after certain actions. I wish they would be more specific with this, but you know, you're just gonna have to find that out. I don't know. Mayuri no longer has the infinite block string, so he loses out on a few combos, but nothing too crazy. I'm sure the Mayuri mains will find a different way to combo, but right now he did lose a combo route or two. Kain Shiba, he also lost a combo route. His loops are gone, the heavy loops. Hopefully they'll make it into a thing later, but right now that is not a thing. You can't even do it in the enhanced states. They fixed a few issues with Shinji, but for the most part, he's the same. Stark got probably the most changes in every character. His quick attack it's just a lot of fixes. They adjusted the position when you break a throw, so now you'll be a lot farther when you break a throw, so you won't just be in their face again. Some saying he's bad now because he doesn't have the glitches, which is funny. But I think with time, these things take time. I think Stark is fine. If he's not fine, I'm sure they'll balance him accordingly. But right now, I think he's fine. Holly Bell got a buff or two. She got buffed. They fixed an issue with her aura gauge not increasing with certain actions, and her spiritual pressure 2 move, which is her DP, has more invincibility, and her quick attack in awakening has more block stun time. So you can probably start sidestepping when you're in awaken, when you have like the upgrade, your signature upgrade. She's a problem. She's a problem even without the loops. I think she's very good right now. So if you wanted to play tier for Alibel, Go for it. I think she's very good right now. Nell, my girl Nell. Her Keycon moves no longer with in online matches. I can actually play the character now. Her follow-up is corrected because she could, before she was able to get a combo after her flash step or Sonido, but she no longer can do that. So but she already had a lot of combo potential anyways, so it didn't really matter. And her spiritual pressure move 2 in Awakening fixed an issue when it would not follow up correctly. You know, usual stuff. To be honest, I'll be honest with this patch. This is probably one of the best patches to fix it, because they fixed literally everything. Like, there's no more like infinites, there's no more loops, unblockable loops. Some characters got touched where they needed to. Some people got buffed when they needed to. And the game is pretty much playable now. For PC version, this also kind of fixed some people's PC versions. Me personally, am still getting crashes. So hopefully when more patches come through, they'll just keep tweaking it as the time goes on. But I hope they fix that as soon as possible. We're cooking. You can play the game normally now and not have to worry about getting looped to death or getting hit by some POD counter. I'm looking at you, Uryu mains. But yeah, this is the patch notes for Rebirth of Souls. Tell me what you think about it. Version 1.04 in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Remember, stay determined.